Hello! Hi everybody. Thank you for joining. My name is Reema, and I'll be chatting with you today. I will be yapping with you until the end of the night. I'm a UX designer, so feel free. Today's a bit of a show and tell. I'm going to be yapping about my handy dandy trusty Nomad, which I love. Still looking for a name for her, so maybe that'll be a thing we do. Naming my favorite daily driver keyboard. And also today's a bit of an AMA. Ask me anything about... Ask me anything about UX design. If you don't know what UX design is, if you do know what UX design is, are there any UX designers here? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Anything at all. Let's yap. And eventually we'll talk about, maybe some work that I've done, how I got here with Work Louder, and, some products, of course, that they're selling. Like, for example, this keyboard. Thank you for the comment. It does look very cool. I really enjoy it. I still need a name for her. Lorraine doesn't sound right. Anyway, this is a Nomad E. It's the version 1, so I've had her since about November, and it is my daily driver. I much, much prefer it to my thin-ass former Magic keyboard. If you want me to do a type test from Jay on TikTok, I will. Let me open a little bit of a tab and do a type test. Okay. Open your ears. This is a momentous occasion. So what do we think? I did have a lot of typos. I don't usually wear rings when I type, and they're kind of heavy. So take with that as you will. But I like it. I think, you know what I love about it does sound like ASMR. That's from Quality Avocado 21 on Instagram. I really do love the sound of it. It sounds like ASMR every time I use it. It's like kind of calming. It's not too, I'm very particular when it comes to my keyboards. Like, is it too clacky? Is it too, like, I don't know if the word, like, thawky, if that's the correct word. I don't like them to be too soft, even though it's, like, nice, but I don't like them to be too obnoxious, and I think this is, like, a good middle ground, personally. The screen, someone asked me about the screen, and the purpose of it. That's Jay from TikTok. This screen is my best friend. She keeps me in check, truly. So on the regular, let me just bring you a little closer. On the regular, it's just a clock, which is nice. But there's also, if I press the FP key and I turn this dial, there's a Pomodoro timer, which I use frequently for school. I couldn't quite get into them a couple years ago, but then, society beat me down. And I have to admit, they are really freaking useful. So you can set the, how long is your work session going to be, going up. Let me just go all the way down so we can hear the buzzer for this purpose. You can also set the rest session however long you want. I'm going to set them to 1 and 1 just so we can hear what happens when it goes off. But you just click OK. It beeps. You can set, there's a buzzer on this side right here that you can set from 1 to 5 in terms of volume. And you get this lovely orange dial. It's counting down. It's letting you know that you got to lock in. You said you were going to work for 30 minutes, girl. Lock in. Stand up. Come on. And I do need that reminder, especially when we get to second semester. My God, do I need that. I'm a student as well as a UX designer. So I definitely do need that. Other than that, we also have the Kebagachi, which is like a little Tamagotchi. Her name is Nomi. I love her. She's a word per minute counter. Gorge. And she runs when you type fast. A question from TikTok. How much is this keyboard? So the version 1 isn't currently for sale. It's sold out. But the version 2 just came out, and it has double the battery life. It's even better. And it is, we have a variety. Oh, it beeped. Hang on. Now you can see it's blue for rest time. But to answer the question, the version 2 of the Nomad is $359 right now, $359. And it comes in a variety of colors. But let's say you know, maybe you want to test out a couple of work ladder products. Maybe it's not in your budget at right now for $359. That's totally chill. You can always try out maybe one of the macro pads, like our Framer Creator Micro. Actually, let me show you some of the things we have. Or we have the XYZ board, which what we do is we already have so many parts for keyboards. And in order to create less waste, we use some of the parts that we have already. And then instead of custom injection molding the body, like this one was a custom like injection mold, like the actual injection mold costs a lot of money. So let's turn that off. In order to lower the price so it's more accessible and like focus on price accessibility for more people, we have the XYZ board, which is actually, we're 3D printing. We use the body instead of that injection mold, like I was saying, is 3D printed. And I can show you, they're made right here in Montreal, Canada, so that lowers costs significantly. Where is she? Let me show you. It's being printed right now, so we'll keep that up for a minute. And then we'll go over, how about we go over some of, are you gonna bring back, from Mars Tovar on TikTok, are you bringing back the Figma collab? So that was a limited edition. So unfortunately, as much as I would have loved to cop one, girl, I understand your pain. I don't think it will be coming back, but who knows? Maybe there'll be a version 3 that might come around again. But as of right now, we have the Framer collab. So they did a Framer collab with a different vibe, a different look. So I'm going to show you that actually. So this is, the up top screen is the printing of the XYZ board, which we're going to go over, and then I'm going to show you the macro pad. I have mine coming in the mail, and I'm so ready. You have no idea how excited I am. So here's the Nomad E version 2. Even though I have the version 1, I still want this one low-key. The battery life, because this is, the whole point of calling it Nomad is like, it's very compact but not like squished. It's something you can grab and go, take with you. There's a carrying case you can buy, and I do actually take mine with me to campus. Sometimes I just like don't like sitting in my room all the time. You know, you need to switch it up. Someone, Jay on TikTok says, is there a noiseless version? Actually, we have, for the one that I have, the switches that I have, there's no other option, but that's not sold right now. So you don't have to worry about it. For this one, they have custom, like, to work louder, specific to work louder, switches. So it sounds a little bit different. It's a little soft, but not like completely silent, I don't think. They're still in pre-order, so I don't have my hands on one. So I can't show you, but it has like a custom switch. So it's a really smooth typing experience, I can tell you that for sure. As for the little screen on the Nomad version 1 and version 2, you can to a certain extent. Like, you can't perfectly program it fully, but there is like a wallpaper section. So like here you can see these little, like there's a wallpaper, there's a media player, there's, you know, Pomodoro timer. You can make your own wallpaper, which is what I'm doing right now. I really want to make my own wallpaper, so I'm currently doing that. And by the way, guys, if you're on stream and you want to order something, because you see something you like and you're like, I have to cop that now, feel free to drop your order number in the chat. And anyone who has, if your order hasn't shipped as well, please drop your order in the chat, because if it hasn't shipped yet, I will include a little like gift, and if you buy something on stream, we'll include an extra little gift for you. So be sure to drop your order numbers in the chat. What is the, we already answered that question, sorry. What features does it have? Like all those knobs and buttons from TikTok, we got that question. So let me give you a little show. So this one that I have it programmed. What I love is that using the input app, you can program all of these little things. So like all of the knobs and buttons and things like that, I have programmed to fit my workflow. So I'm a UX designer, but I'm also a student. That means typing up a lot of reports, but it also means using a lot of Figma. So I have to have a lot of different shortcuts like ready to go. And that means that I have 2 different layers usually that I use. So what I normally do is like, you can see, I have like a little typing layer, which is like my base layer. I don't need that many. Like you can see, it tells you right there what it's not the best resolution, sorry guys. My typing layer, but if I swap on my keyboard, I'm on my Figma layer right there. And you can have like profiles. I know that they're looking at how to swap profiles with people, so I'm really looking forward to the possibility of like, I make my own profile and my own layers, my other friend, you know, maybe from work, has their own shortcuts that they prefer, and then we can swap, which is super cool. So I'm anxiously awaiting that. But what I do is, for this one, I have like the basics, copy paste. I have multi-action set up, so if I press it once, this button, let me give you a better look. If I press it one time, this button is copy. If I press it twice, it's paste. If I press and hold, it's paste in place, which is like paste it but match style kind of thing. Here is cut and strike through. Here is, I forget what I put. Here is, actually let me open input and show you, because the way that I don't, any plans, let me go back to, before I get fully into input, let me go back to the chat and see what you guys are saying. From Alec Gawande from Instagram, any plans on making any more budget-friendly keyboards? You guys have kind of been loving the XYZ boards that we've been doing, so there's definitely talks of like, how can we give you guys what you want? Because if this is where we're at right now, I mean, like, we're making these for you. We want the XYZ board to be something that you can use. If this is what you're like interested in, like, we want to make something that you can get into, of course. So it's always a conversation. So like, for example, we're doing the limited order of the XYZ. For anyone who's just joining now, we're doing, this is the Nomad E board. It's the version 1. We have the version 2 selling now, pre-order. But at a more affordable price, at a more like cost accessible price, we have the XYZ board, which is, you can see we're 3D printing the body so that it costs less for people to buy, but it's not compromising on any of the quality. It's still a really high quality keyboard. So I can show you what that looks like. So here we have our different keyboards, and we have the XYZ work board. So you can see that like the frame of it is 3D printed, but the actual, like, the rest of it is still very high quality. You're not compromising on anything, but you're still getting that work louder experience. So that's what we're 3D printing. We're actually making pieces for the body of people's XYZ boards. So if you pre-order now, it's on sale for $89 if you want to get it Lego style. So block out an afternoon. You know, if that's something you really enjoy, like I know my brothers love building their own keyboards, building their desktops, like everything. So this is definitely on the roster. I might pick one up for them. Set aside some time in the day, put it together. It's really relaxing. If you are not into pre-built, pay an extra $9 and it comes pre-assembled for you. But it comes included with these things here. And you can get your dial in whatever, you can add an extra dial for whatever you like. I've seen it with the yellow dial, looks slick. I've seen it with the pink one. I know Christine on another stream had the pink one, but she had a bunch of other dials. It's so cool. And they are so aesthetically pleasing. I used to have like just a bland gray, like white keyboard, and it really threw off the vibe of my desk, and I did not like it. So it's so someone said $89 and it's a self build. Yeah, for $89 you can do the self build. If you want pre-built, it's $98. So depending on what you prefer. From Magical Mages. I'm kind of blind. I might have misread that. I'm sorry. And if you feel like let's say you want to try it out, you know, want to buy it, it's pre-order right now, so definitely we're making them, quite literally, right now, so get yourself some while resources last. They are not infinite, promise you. Things tend to sell out in this neck of the woods, promise you. So copy yourself something. If you buy something and it has not, like if you've already bought something and it has not shipped yet, please put your order number in the chat and I will include for you a special gift. Promise. And if you buy something on stream, we can see through the order number and we'll add an extra something special for you. So this is something, maybe you get an XYZ work board. Who knows? I'm kind of behind on the chat. Let me scroll back, guys. Sorry. Oh, that's so nice of you to say you're so happy for. I really love that there are so many people that are being so like lovely in the chat and saying they're like really happy for us, like the development of the company. That's so kind of you guys. You guys are really lovely. From FH Arid from Instagram. I'm from Indonesia. How can I get that? We ship worldwide, girl. So, wherever you live, as long as you can get mail, you can get our products. I trust. That's like something that was a real pride of the company, was being able to get to creatives everywhere. So put it in order and it'll get to you. Promise. What else? Name her from Salima on YouTube. Name her after your favorite song with a woman's name. Just a suggestion. For anyone who doesn't understand what that means, at the beginning of this stream, I was asking, where is it? How do I turn on my, okay. At the beginning of the stream, I name everything, so I need a name for my keyboard. Just for context, I use like old women's names for everything. Or old men's name. Like I have this little figurine cat. His name is Philippe. Love Philippe to death. I have another one. His bestie, Corinne. My laptop is named... My old laptop, I named her Loretta. And my new laptop, which I had to get because Loretta sadly passed on. My new laptop is named Vivian. Because she's just that girl, like Miss Westwood. R. Luenzer from Instagram. I have 2 order numbers and both not shipped yet. Drop them in the chat, brother. Drop them in the chat and I will write them down. I have a list from last time and I will keep your order numbers going. I'll pass them up the flagpole. If you've already bought them and they haven't shipped yet, you get a gift. If you buy something on stream, then you get a second gift and I'll add that in. I even have my fancy pen ready because you guys deserve the best. I even have my brush pen ready to go. Thank you for the order number. And oh, the 22 order number, that's pretty recent. That's like really recent. So what did you get for each order, if you don't mind me asking? 064. David from TikTok says, despite advancements in mobile phone tech, your amazing keyboards show that PC is still relevant. That is so sweet. Thank you. I really think that, like, genuinely, even though there's a lot of more mobile-facing apps, like, first of all, someone has to make that. You know what I mean? And a lot of us are creatives. A lot of us are, you know, we need, like, good tools that actually work for us to be able to make these things, to make these products. Even if we're not in, like, product, if we're, you know, doing something else, like, everyone deserves something that they can actually use, not something that they can tolerate, something that will benefit their workflow, not something that they just have to, like, you know, deal with. Oh, someone oh, I saw that already. You ordered, like, quite literally right before J Monkey Wood on Instagram. You ordered right before I started streaming. So maybe we'll throw in an extra. I'm not the one packing them, but I'll run up the flagpole since you just missed by, like, literally 5 minutes or something. We'll see what we can do. Who knows? Added a little note. Do you stream on other platforms? From Zach Davey on TikTok. Yes, we do. So this is like a simultaneous stream. So we're on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube all at once. So if you follow us on any platform, you can, get into it. And you ordered Arluenzer. You ordered the XYZ board and the Framer Micro Pro. Ooh, I'm so excited for my Micro Pro to come, for my Framer Micro to come in. I ordered mine a couple months ago, and my God, I'm so gassed. It's beyond the pale. Oh, I'm so gassed. I swear to God. And the XYZ board, I feel like I'm fighting like the impulse spending demons. You know what I mean? I might just cop, because I've never tried an ortholinear board, and it seems like such a good, like, why not? The price is there. I know what it's like to operate on a smaller budget. You don't have to tell me anything about the college student budget. And I feel like this would be a great way to kind of like dip my toe into ortholinear boards, experiment a little bit. But since I just bought I'm still waiting. I told myself I'd wait until the Framer Micro came in before I made any more purchases. But I might break that promise, genuinely. I'm a little bit behind on, let me go back a bit. Is this a reach? This might be a reach, but are you guys planning any other XYZ accessories? Maybe an external screen like the Nomad? I am not certain on where, like, the XYZ workboard might be expanding to, because, we're still just, like, this is our first batch. We're still trying it out, seeing what people, what the people want. But, I'm not too sure that we might add extra external accessories, because that adds, extra cost to it. So, and we want this to be, like, very accessible in terms of price for everyone. So who knows where the wind blows, You'll never know how it goes out. With the from Dan H from YouTube, with the pre-build, can you unassemble it? Absolutely. If you can put it together, you can take it apart, for sure. You can swap out also, like, the knobs for different colors, and, like, little different things like that. Let me go back up. Zach, you much prefer YouTube? No, me too. I don't have a TikTok personally. I just, like, got an Instagram, like 5 seconds ago. Like, I've had Instagram technically since I was, like, a child, a youth. But I haven't used Instagram or any sort of socials in, like, 4 years. So I'm just dipping my toes back into it. Optimus Subprime, on TikTok, do you have any function keys? So the thing is, because this is a bit of a smaller keyboard, there's no function row. But with our app input, you could reprogram anything here. It's a lot easier than using, like, VIA, like QMK or anything like that. Because it's just I'll show you actually, because I have it right here. I don't know why I'm yapping about it when I could just show you. But basically, what I've seen people do is that they create a layer where in each layer, depending on how often they use it, they reprogram the 1 through, like, the top row of keys to be their F row. So if they, like, press and hold, it's going to be, like, F1, but if I just press it, or I double press it, it'll be just the number 1, which is what I did yesterday on my last stream. I, like, showed you guys how to do it. So you can definitely, like, the option to have your F row is still there if you use it a lot. I don't, so I only really use, like, 3 different F keys, and I don't use them nearly enough to, like, program the whole row. You know what I mean? Magical Magus says that our switches are most likely Kayla Chalk switches. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I completely forgot the name for a second, and I just was like, I'm kind of all over the place. You wish the Nomad came in ortholinear like the creator board. You know what? I will run that up the flagpole. I feel like the Nomad is very, like, entry, like, it's very low, it's very simple, but, like, not board. Do you know what I mean? So I have no idea about that. But who knows? Maybe V3 might be ortholinear. Who knows? Hi, Dave. Nice to see you. Sound test. You know what? It's been a while. I feel like we're getting more people. I can't see the exact number of people that are coming and going, but we're getting more people. So I'm recognizing more names in the chat. So I'll give you my little hi hello. Hi, I'm Reema. Where is my face? I have to... Hi. I'm Reema. I'm a UX designer. I have a love of big clunky jewelry and wearing a lot of it. And I've been a UX designer for about 3 years now. I'm also a full-time student in university, so that's very taxing sometimes. And I'm here to yap with you, answer any questions you have about UX design, things like that, and also about my lovely keyboard. Maybe I'll name her Verna, after Verna Thornton from Scandal. I mean, Verna Thornton was a terrible woman, but who knows. Someone asks, where did the question go? I completely lost that question. Where did it go? How much does it cost for a used one, and does it ship to Africa for a BVN41 on Instagram? We don't sell used ones, but if you join our Discord server, there's an entire server, like an entire channel on a server of people selling to each other their used or lightly used stuff. So check that out. And if you get a used one, I can't guarantee that it'll ship, but we ship brand new all over the world. So get into it. You know, why not? Hi to everyone, by the way, who's like entering and just getting here. Hello. Wait for my application for the team. We'll be looking out. Why not? Oh, someone else put their order number in the chat. That one looks a little bit like an older order number, but I mean, I don't have the list in front of me, so I will write it down just in case. Who knows? Can I ask, when was that order already shipped? Because we'll only add stuff to things that haven't shipped yet, because we still have the box, obviously. That's for Ty. That's a question for Ty on TikTok, sorry. You put your order number in. You see a Kendrick album behind me from KG7 is on Instagram. That's true. That is Good Kid, Mad City. I do be loving Kendrick Lamar. He is one of my all-time favorite musicians. I had the... bye, Ewan. Bye. Thank you for being here. I had the pleasure of seeing him live with SZA. I almost died. Girl. I almost died. We're not going to get too much into it, because I would talk for hours. But, you know, it is what it is. A question from Re-Ray25 on TikTok. Can you start selling on Amazon? I think right now it's just easiest for fulfillment purposes to sell, especially because we're a smaller company, to sell on our website. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know how it really works when you sell to Amazon, but I feel like a business model where you can get it delivered in less than 24 hours is a little much, you know? It might be a little difficult to fulfill. Ivan from TikTok. I love Work Louder, but it should cost $100 or less. You're in for some really good news then, bud. I have some really good news for you. We have this board that I am showing. It's called the XYZ Work Board, and it's only $89 starting, but it's limited while supplies last. So let me give you a run through of what that looks like for you. So this is the XYZ Work Board. Basically, the concept is the body of like the Nomad, this one that I have. It can get pretty expensive to put something like this together with the like custom mold that you have to do injection molding to get the body out of, things like that. So why not do high quality materials, but a 3D printed frame to hold it up? So that way you don't compromise on quality, but you still get the great experience of a Work Louder keyboard. And it only costs a nice cute little $89 base price. If you want it Lego style, that is. So if you want to set aside some time in the afternoon, build it, relax, put on some... I be loving Stevie Wonder. So put on some Stevie Wonder, have him serenade you, put together your keyboard for the afternoon. Vibes. David from TikTok. I want to be a UX designer. What softwares should I know to be a UX designer? That is a very good question. So with UX design, it's simultaneously very in demand as a job, but also like I feel like it's a desert. Like I feel like everyone's like it's not. I've completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, it's pretty saturated. I would say you have to have a good. It's more about like the skills and competencies, like you can know Figma, for example. Like I use Figma a lot. Figma is industry standard, and things like if you're a UX researcher, if you specify like really specify down to what you want to do, like I use Dovetail sometimes. I use for past work. Like I worked on a research project here. And I used Dovetail for that, where I chatted with some of you lovely people. And I did that. And we used Dovetail for that to, sift through. So it's like, I would recommend going through YouTube, going through like Dribble, seeing what people, like they have, like looking at what boot camps recommend, and kind of like building your arsenal based on that. So I do a lot of like, but you have to be pretty comfortable with like yapping with other people. You have to be good at the skill of like kind of translating, because people are talking about what they want but they're not saying the right thing, so it's more effective that you have the skill but also know how to use Figma. That's also a huge thing. Ivan from TikTok, you're sold on it? Absolutely. If you buy anything on stream, please, or if you've bought anything that hasn't shipped yet, put it in the like your order number in the chat and I will write it down and we'll add a gift for you. And if you buy it while you're on stream, we can tell by like the order number. And I'll add in an extra gift for you guys because how much, we love you. Sometimes I will stutter over my words because English, although it's my first language, she and I don't get along. What was the next question? How is from KG7As, on Instagram, how's the workflow between Framer and Figma? I use Framer a little bit for my personal portfolio. I do. And it's trying to be very similar to Figma, I have to say. So I'd say like a middling user of Framer. I'm a proficient user of Figma because I've been using it for like damn near 4 years now. Most days. So I think it's pretty similar. Like if you know how to use one, you can acclimate pretty quickly to the other, which is really nice. But I'd say the workflow differs because like of the shortcuts, in all honesty. Like the fact that the shortcuts are quite different means that it's not easy for me to work as quickly on like adopting Framer after knowing Figma for so long. But that's part of the reason why I'm so excited for the Framer Micro, because the first layer that it just comes with is all of the shortcuts that you need pre-programmed into it, and I'm so gassed. You don't even believe. You can't even fathom, because that will speed things up. You're telling me I don't have to remember it? I can just like cursory glance, I know what each button does, and keep it pushing? Sign me up. And then as for Figma, I'll just program an extra layer for my more complex. There's no more carpal tunnel in this family. There's no more gang signs in this family. None of that. None of this. None of that. Ever again. I love that. Pretty sure there's a Figma Framer plugin. Oh, hi Mike. From that can bring your site to life. Yeah, I have tried that one, but I'm just a masochist a little bit. I just started. Before I realized that, or maybe right after I realized that, somewhere around the time that I realized that, I had already made my entire portfolio. So I just kind of stuck with the pain that I had dealt myself. I'd already gone through all of that, because I was already there, Next time I have an existential crisis and completely overhaul my portfolio because I feel like it doesn't accurately represent me, I will take that into consideration, though. I will definitely go into looking into using it. Anyway, let's go back to this. Speaking of, if we're yapping about the Framer Creator Micro, might as well talk about it. Because I'm so gassed beyond belief to get mine in the mail. I'm waiting on it. Good luck, brother. There is the base model, which is wired only, and then there's the pro model, which is like a little bit of a darker color scheme because you can see like it's like underneath is lit, but not like this one is like kind of like It's like the pure knob all the way around. It's like, it's not opaque. It's like semi-transparent. So colors just come through and it glows. And I love that look. However, I really do enjoy the fact that I don't have to have it unplugged. Me and cable management are enemies. The less I can have a cable on my desk, the better. Even if it's a gorgeous one. Like, I really enjoy my cable for my Nomad. It's like this lovely, braided, sturdy cable. It's probably the best quality cable. Yeah, frosted. It's probably the best quality cable I ever got. I was kind of stuck on it when I got this in the mail. I was like showing my brothers because we're all techies. Except I'm like a techie baby and they're like techies from the 90s, you know? Back when all you could do was play Pong. Pre-internet techies. And I was like, this wire is gorgeous. And then I opened the rest of the box and I saw the keyboard. But like I was kind of stuck on it. Anyway, I still, even though she stays folded up as often as possible because I just like wireless. That's why I love that this is Bluetooth. I might have to, just for the, I might cop the NE2 eventually. But, I mean, I'll leave it for the people first. Anyway, back to this. Maybe you don't want to get the whole Nomad. Maybe you want to try something out first. Maybe you want to get like a little macro pad. See how it can change your life. Because I guarantee you it will change your life. Try this. $179. You can get either clicky or silent switches. You can get extra dials, like the pure, like transparent dial, which kind of looks like the outside of this, like the semi-opaque, like white. It comes in orange, black, purple, blue. The frame are blue. You just get it with that. That's how it goes. Hi, do you have the dot from Cora J? Cora J? Sorry if I'm butchering that. On Instagram, do you have the dials in hand by chance? And what is the pure color? I don't, unfortunately. I do not have the dials with me. Maybe on the next stream. I mean, I don't have a micro here with me, so like having the dial seems a little bit much right now. But I don't have one on me. But I know that like Christine streams. She has all the different dial colors. So tune in on our next stream. Maybe it'll be Christine showing up, and she'll be able to show you all the different colors. Can we change the colors from Arluenzer on Instagram? Yeah, you can. You can. So there's either on the actual, like, this itself, you can pop up all of these keys. It's very easy to, like, hot swap. Everything is hot swappable. So you can pop off all these keys. It comes with its own, like, an extra key set. So everything that has let me scroll down and show you. So it has all of these keys that it comes with. Like, this is kind of a fixture. But, like, you can change the knob color to anything you want that we have available. You can change, like, maybe these aren't the shortcuts that you have. Maybe you want to swap them for something else. So it comes with an entire key set of 45 extra keycaps. So you can decide what's available, what's on your, on everything. Maybe you just want it all black and clean and you actually have, like, the capacity to remember all of, like, the placement. I know I sure don't. So I need those. I need the images. This is crayon eating terms in this house. So I definitely need that. It also comes with like the little blue publish button, which I don't know if I will be updating my personal portfolio enough to keep. I might hot swap that out for another button or another. I think does it cover 2 areas? I think that's 2 little buttons that it could cover. I'm not too sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll get rid of it. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe for the pure vibes of having like the blue dial and the blue button, I might eat. Because I will suffer for the look. If you can't tell from my earlier like soundbite of typing, wearing heavy rings, I'll suffer for the look. Trust. Anyway, so check it out. I heavily recommend. I can already tell just from having the Nomad and like how much these buttons, like just the screen, 3 dials and 4 buttons have changed my life. I can tell that macro pad is going to change my whole workflow. Like reinvented. Truly. So I would say cop. It's a starting price of $149. If you want to get the wireless, $179. And if you get anything, like if you've already ordered something, be sure to put your order number in the chat. Like maybe you ordered something yesterday or a couple of weeks ago. If it hasn't shipped yet, put your order number in the chat, and I'll include a little gift. You know, someone on the team will include a gift. And if you order something on the stream, we'll be able to tell by the order number that you drop. Please put it in the chat, and we'll add an extra gift on top of that for you. It'll correspond to, it's a complete surprise, so even I don't know what you're gonna get. But it'll correspond to how big your order is. So, and I would love to also, if you tell me what you buy, because I love discussing what people get. How much from low maintenance on TikTok? How much do you need to assemble yourself on the XYZ workboard? Well, it's all up to you, pal. It's all up to you. So you can either buy it completely, like, assembled for an extra $9. So it's $98 if you want it pre-built, and you don't have to do nothing. For Lego style, if you want it, then you'll have to basically put the entire thing together, because it is Lego style. We'll give you all the pieces. You'll put everything together. But it's kind of a fun vibe. It's a fun time to do that, you know? Kind of relaxing. Throwback to being a child. It's like, this is what it means to heal your inner child, you know? But instead of using Lego, you get a keyboard out of it. You will always look at that keyboard and feel accomplished. It's a win. Anywho's it's. I feel like I'm behind on a couple of... Am I behind on any questions? Let me take a quick look. Oh, you're looking to, Arluens are on Instagram. You're looking to custom print the case yourself. That's why you ordered the Lego build. That sounds sick. If you manage that, please send pictures to the Instagram. See how that works out. That would be fire. Let me write this down. Anyways, I think I caught up with those ones. Cool. What is from Gabluca Malatesta on Instagram? What is your favorite work ladder product and why? My Nomad E for sure. I have this one, and I have one coming in the mail. Two if you count, well, it's not a full product. I got some keycaps. I got a keycap coming in the mail. And I'm gonna buy another set. But definitely my Nomad. I'm not the most techie person in the world. I'm a tech girl, but I'm not a tech girl. You know what I mean? And as such, I don't need much. I just need something that's going to work for me. And this screen, these buttons and knobs, and that one over here, shout out, that's all I really need. Like, there's the function. This is like a UX designer's like dream. Like, this is a UXer's wet dream, low key. Because you're telling me, I also study in the Faculty of Engineering. Do you know how many classes that are like, you need to have a ruler? I'm like, those are still real? Check it out. The little razor on the back, it's a ruler. Fire. Number one. That had me gassed for a week. I'm not even lying. The ability to, let me show you one. Let me close my, so you can see a little better. This one I have set, let me give you a quick rundown. This one I have set for volume, which is great because I'm always listening to something. Always. Before this, not joking, 2 minutes before I started this, I was watching Scandal. And every 5 seconds, because the mixing is terrible on many shows, I was up and down and up and down. No. Here I have undo and redo, also required, because I do make mistakes every 5 seconds. It's part of the design process. You can't get it right the first time. And then here I have my, like, I do layers. So push the front, pull to front, push the back kind of thing. This one is one press copy, double press paste, press and hold, paste in place, like paste match styles. Cut and strike through, I've assigned to this button. This one is, what's the word? Like, mission control. And then this one is for documents. It's like bold, italic, underline. I have assigned to that one. And then for the screen, having the like Pomodoro timer, gorge. Having the, I mean, you can change it. I set it to 1 and 1 because we did a little test. So I can show you guys what it sounds like. So orange when it's on, gorgeous. And blue when it's off. It's like I actually really love that blue. There's something about the blue that itches my brain. So this is definitely my favorite product. And there's also, can I just say, I'm a sucker for anything that's cute. Nomi I would die for Nomi. I would die for her. She runs when I type. It makes me feel so accomplished. I'm like, you're getting your steps in. I try I'm getting my steps in later. Anyway. From Salima from YouTube, I've got 2 orders that are pre-orders. Ooh, sick! Absolutely, thank you. Let me grab your... I saved you guys the good one, the good pen. This is my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen. I rarely ever use it, but I'm breaking it up for you guys because you're special. So you got 2 Framer Creator Micros plus extra dials, and this is the blue that haunts my dreams. Gorgeous. I don't know if Mike's still here, but if you are, sir, you gotta tell me what the, like, in the Figma file, what's the, like, hex code, please. You got 2 Framer Creator Micros from Salima, and the XYZ board, Legend Set, and extra. That's a fat order! Girl, that's a fat order! Thank you. Let me write that down. 21. And 2241. Please, you gotta message us on Instagram, hit us up on YouTube, let us know what you think of them. You got a lot of shit. I think you're gonna be very happy with it. But tell us, message us back when you get it, pictures. I'd be excited to see it. But thank you for your order. We really appreciate that over here. Really, truly. And I hope you enjoy everything you got, because it seems like a hefty little order. Now that we're done the 2 1-minute cycles, I'm just going to close it, because there's no point in having I'm actually going to fix this really quickly. I want you to be able to see how easy it is to, like, set this thing up. So I'm going to click X, and then I'm going to set it back to what it was before. Pomodoro, sorry. I'm going to set it to 25, because that's what I normally do. Actually, I normally do, like, 30, but whatever. And then 5 minute here. So this one, work, and this one, like, play time is what you can do. I'm just going to click X. Yeah. Cool. Gabluca Malatesta on Instagram. How is the typing experience on the larger keys? And Chase says, can you do a type test? These keys aren't that bad. Honestly, they're pretty comparable in size, I'd say, to, like, they're pretty much the same size as, like, the keys on the Apple Magic Keyboard, which is what I had before, and also the layout for my Mac Pro. So it wasn't, like, size-wise, wasn't that different. I will say there's a slight difference in between each key. Like, these are tighter together than the Magic Keyboard, and that meant that I did have to acclimate a little bit. Like, that's true. But once I'm here, like, I don't really want to use over there. Like, I like the sound better. I like the feel better. We're winning. And can we do a type test? Yes, we can. Let me open this. Potato Boy 2003 on Instagram says, do you ship international? Yes, we do, sir. If you can get mail, we'll get you a keyboard, promise. So we do ship internationally. Because creatives everywhere should be able to get products that, like, work for them. Do you know what I mean? So let's do a little bit of a type test. There you go. There's your type test. And only, like, a couple of words were illegible. It's hard to type in, like, big, heavy watch rings, I didn't anticipate that when I put them on, but you suffer for the look, From TikTok, why this board and not another? White buoy? Okay. Why this board and not another? I got this while working here at Work Ladder, like, doing a project. But the reason I, like, stay using it is because I just prefer it. Because something about the sound scratches my brain. It's a perfect amount of clacky. But it's not too sharp. I hate it when it's too sharp. And also because of me being able to program all these buttons, carpal tunnel, this plus a little vertical keyboard, not vertical keyboard, that would be insane, typing like this. That plus a vertical mouse, my arms no longer suffer. So that's nice to know. Dave is asking, what other dial tips have you got? On me, I don't have any. I'm sorry. I know that some other people, they do like a little show and tell with all the dials. I just got mine with the dials. I didn't like swap it out myself. I had Mike do it for me because I was low-key afraid that I was gonna break it. So he put my blue dial tips on for me. So there's that. Do you have, from Funky Dino on TikTok, do you have any experience with mechanical keyboards? If so, I have a question if you don't mind. I don't mind. I used one other mechanical keyboard for a while. In between, like, while I was waiting for this to come in the mail, my Magic Keyboard, like, kind of died on me. And I just, like, it wasn't working for me anymore. So I borrowed my brother's old Logitech keyboard, but I don't even, like, know what keyboard it was. So if you still want to ask that question, let it rip. What does the screen do from TikTok? The screen does a lot of things. It's regular time, like it shows you it just shows you the time, but also, you want a Pomodoro timer? Bam, got you, babe. You can set however long you want your work session to be and however long you want that break to be. You want a homie? Here's your own, like, Kebagachi. She's Tamagotchi styled. Her name is Nomi. I would die for her. I love her. She runs when you type fast. You also can, like, configure your settings. So something you can't really see right now, but I have, like, pink lights on, but it's so bright in my room so you can see my face that you can't really tell. But I can do, like, an RGB set of, like, I can choose what colors it glows as. It can be, well, the brightness is only at 50%, so let me just up it a lot, and maybe you'll be able to see it. The effect is raindrops, so it's only when I type. There we go. So we'll do rainbow for the rest of the stream, so you can kind of see the colors. But you can also choose a solid one. But we'll do rainbow for now, and it can, like, you know, a whole bunch of things. So you can, yeah. And then, okay. There we go. Other questions that we have. What, from... I'm gonna butcher your name, I'm so sorry. H. Mashra Fulrifath? Sorry, on Instagram. Which software do you use? Can you show us? You know what? Yes, I can. Let me share my screen. Bottom. So I use Figma a lot. I use Figma a lot. Hi everyone. I see there's some new people joining. I can't tell the exact number of people joining, but hello, welcome. I'm Reema. Welcome to the Yap session. Feel free to launch any questions you have at me. Anyway, I use Figma a lot. Here's like a presentation that I did. Like this was to wrap up the work that I did at Work Louder. So we did a bunch of calls with you guys. And the outcome was me presenting to Mike, like, basically these are when the Nomad came out, Input was also, like, the app that we use, which I'll show you in a little bit, was also very new. We hadn't really tested it yet. We were going trial by fire. So we would find out what didn't work by, like, kind of just putting out what we had and seeing what people hated and what they loved. And that kind of worked out, low-key. It kind of ate as a strategy. So I put together this presentation at the end of my work, and I used Figma slides to make it because it was just out. And I do prefer Figma slides to everything. But outside of that, like some of the things I did a research overview. You know, I talked about like what did we do. I collected a lot of data from you guys. And then I did some like mock-ups, some like light mock-ups. I didn't have a ton of time to put it together, so I would have done way more in-depth mock-ups, but I did a couple of like minor things. Did some designing, did some consulting, And I do all of that work regularly in Figma, so I like, I do, like, I make websites, I do homework, I do presentations, I make sponsorship packages, I make mock-ups, all in Figma. I do my, like, ideation from start to finish pretty much here. Either it's in my notebook, which I have here as my holy grail, or it's on Figma. Funky Dino on TikTok. I'm looking to buy a mechanical keyboard with brown keys, but I've never used one prior. Wanted. When you say brown keys, do you mean like the color, or do you mean like brown switches? Please elaborate. And you asked to ask if you're explained to know the difference between scissor keys. I'm not the one to ask when it comes to like really getting into the nitty gritty. Okay, I thought you meant switches, tactile and quiet. This, I would say, is definitely tactile. It's not the most quiet, but it's also not the most loud. I've heard some loud ass keyboards in my day. I'd say that this is a pretty accurate representation of how loud it is. Yeah. Gab Luca from Instagram. Is there any GitHub repo to contribute to creating widgets for the keyboard? Very good question, actually. Because something that I know is coming eventually, we're working on it a little bit, is eventually there will be, so we have profiles when you have input. Let me show you. Let me swap a little bit. Okay, cool. Okay, so here's input. This is the app that we have. And you can see in this corner, I have a profile. It's called Reema Work. And it's where I do all my working, all my personal, all my everything, adding new and uploading. So eventually, there will be the ability to kind of swap. So let's say my primary job is UX design. I personally love video editing. I do a lot of video editing in Final Cut Pro. If my friend Dave, who does video editing, I know he uses Premiere, but like in theory, let's say me and my homie use the same thing, kind of thing. Like, let's say Dave wants to send me Premiere Pro. I want to just get into Premiere Pro. And he sends me a profile with all of his shortcuts. I could be able to upload it. But that's coming soon. It's not quite out yet. You know what else is coming soon? That's going to be absolutely fire. The media player. The media player. It controls Apple Music. Like, you can control your Apple Music, your YouTube Music, Spotify. I'm so ready. So ready. Sorry, I shouldn't clap. My mic is gonna pick it up and like cut your ears off. I'm sorry. I'm quite animated if you can't tell. When you chatted with Mike, he said they sent to a customer in Nigeria. Yeah, we do sell Salima. We do send things all over the world. Marquitos on YouTube. You're a huge fan of the brand. You're wondering if getting this keyboard for starting university is a smart move. That's a very good question. I'm kind of short on cash right now, but I could save up for it. Is it overkill? Maybe I should go a different model to start with. You know, that's a very, very good idea and a very good way to think about it. I understand being on a tight budget. I'm also a university student. I've been a university student for a long time. I'm part of the furniture now. I need to get out. I need to be free. No, but I love school. I really do enjoy learning. But the budget that comes from paying all the time to go to an institution and not having the time to have a full-time job all year round definitely means you have to be a little more savvy with it. I would say, since using this keyboard, I really think it's invaluable. I really love it. I would purchase like, if I didn't have this, I would save and purchase for it. But realistically, like, bills come up, things come up, one-off purchase come up, and you might not want to shell out for that. In that case, Marquitos, I have an alternative for you. So let me open up the website. Where did my browser go? What? Sorry, my It went somewhere. My browser went like disappeared. Sorry, I'm a little bit blind and I choose the worst things. Dia? Where's Dia? Huh? I did not close it. Okay, well, we're just gonna open a new tab. Why not? We're just gonna open a new tab. So, if you are short on cash and you can get the XYZ board instead, it does use VIA rather than input, but I mean it's very much affordable. It's very price accessible. We're actually 3D printing some of them right now, like the body of it. The reason it's so accessible in price is because the frame that it's holding it in, instead of like this like custom injection mold that costs an arm and a leg. We're still using really high quality products, but we're trying to find ways to make it more accessible. So like one of those ways was swapping out the custom frame for a 3D printed custom frame. So it's made it here in Montreal in Canada, way cheaper for us. We don't have to ship internationally to us and then to you and then da-da-da-da-da. You're not eating that cost. So let me actually show you. We're 3D printing some of them right now. Where's my... Sorry, I'm really bad at OBS. There you go. We're 3D printing pieces right now. But the XYZ board is a nice, cute little... If you want it pre-built, $98. If you want it Lego style, set aside an afternoon, that's a solid, cute $89 while supplies last. Supplies will not last forever, I gotta say. Things tend to run out in this neck of the woods, I have to say. But, I mean, if this is like a good way to try it out, like try out the ecosystem. See if you like the vibe, the brand, the design ethos. This is an ortholinear layout, so I don't know if you are looking for that. But, yeah. It is definitely an alternative if you want to try that. I would also say, let's say you want to do all the shortcuts and things like that, like maybe instead trying out one of the micros, like the Framer Micro. Base price is $149, so definitely more achievable than getting the Nomad version 2, I would say, if you're on a really tight budget, but still gets you that functionality that you're craving. I have one coming in the mail. I copped it myself with my own money. I'm very excited to get it. I got the Pro version clicky switches instead of the silent. I was deliberating on that one, but I like noise. And I'm so gassed. Just because the amount of functionality I've gotten just out of 4 buttons and 3 dials is beyond the pale. So I'm not really pressed about... I wasn't really pressed. It was like a no-brainer. I was yearning for the Figma Creator Micro because it was just so gorgeous. God, you're telling me I could have functionality and a beauty like that? God, I miss her. Mike, you gotta figure this out. You gotta figure this shit out, brother. Cause the color scheme, I'm a Figma junkie. I love Framer though. I do use it for my personal portfolio. So if you're short on cash and you want to get some functionality and you don't want to have to wait so long saving, maybe start with a micro. Pre-order and it'll come at the end of Q3, so that's like what, September? I don't think either option are overkill. Like, I don't think any of the options I've given you are overkill. I'd say just choose what's best for you. And if you get it here on stream, I mean, drop your order number in the chat. Or maybe if you get it in the next few days, go to the next stream, drop your order number in the chat, and we'll give you a free gift on top of it, you know? No harm, no foul. And if you get it during a stream, then we'll add an even, like, and this goes for everyone. If you get it during stream, we'll add a second gift on top of it for you. From H Mashra. Can I just say H Mashra? Are you okay with that? Full Rifath on Instagram. I'm quite interested in the sector. How can I learn more about it? Do you have any suggestions? As a UX designer, girl, I've been here a minute, and I find that right now a lot of people, Mr. Aussie on Instagram, free gift only for Framer Micro. No, it's for any purchase. Buy anything and we'll get you a gift. If it's a recent purchase, then it has not shipped yet. That's the key. If it hasn't shipped yet, if we still have it in the office, We will include an extra gift for you no matter what you bought, even if it was just like a key set or, you know, a keypad. No matter what you bought, we really do appreciate you guys. We want to give you something extra, so we'll include it. So just drop your number. If you ordered on stream, we can tell by the number. We put a little asterisk next to it. You get an extra gift. Anyway, back to the previous question. About the sector of like design, product design. I kind of call myself a product designer or a UX designer. I kind of like, I'm a bit of a generalist in terms of skill, but I like to hone in on UX because it's what I'm most passionate about. I hate shitty apps. I hate terribly designed things because it just makes life hard. And like, what's the point in making a product and expecting people to pay for it if it's ass? Do you know what I mean? And you know what? I'm so proud to be associated with a company that doesn't have that issue. Like, Work Louder really does put out great products, great quality things. I have never once regretted like, at first it took me a second to acclimate to my Nomad because, like, I was, like, very used to shitty keyboards. But now that I've been treated well, it's like getting out of a toxic relationship, guys. Now that I know what it's like to be loved, I'm never going back, you know? Anyway, the industry in general is pretty oversaturated, and because it's like not the best economy right now, people are looking for like seniors, and then they like forget that you need to train seniors, so they're like, where are all the seniors? And they're like, they're either all taken or they haven't been trained yet, babe. So I would say you should do a lot of research. I'm currently in university for user experience design, but I've also taken boot camps outside of it, so I have a bit of a unique perspective when it comes to this stuff, of like both sides of it. A boot camp was not enough for me to get hired, and that was 3 years ago, you know? Also, I wasn't good enough after a boot camp. If I'm being honest, I was not good enough to get hired at the level that I'm at now, doing the work that I'm at now. Like, I'd say I was entry level for sure, but like I was not like a standout candidate. So I would say look into one of the longer boot camps or a program at a university if it's within your budget. I'd say if you have more discipline than me, you could make a boot camp work for certain. But I was like, what, 19 or 20 when I was like 19 or 20 when I took it, and I had zero like practical experience. And the thing that sets you aside is not like, these tools help me with my workflow, but what really sets me apart is like Gab Luca Malatesta on Instagram mentioned, 3 years experience, they already consider you a senior because you just kind of honed those skills of like what it is to actually be able to have meaningful conversations at work, how to take the gibberish that someone gives you in an office setting, because it is gibberish sometimes, I swear to God. Like, how to be able to take, like, when someone's telling you, I want it to look cool, I want it to look, like, very techy, I want it to seem like it's a fine, you know, and I'm saying, like, the random-ass adjectives that people will give you, and being able to transform that into visuals that work well, that translate well to your customer, that convey those feelings to your customer, is a different set of skills. And that's what you need to, like, hone in on. What people aren't getting is that you need to train that. So I should come to you knowing how to use Figma, knowing how to do visual design, knowing the basics of UX, and like a job should train me up. But that's what co-op was for me. That's what internships have been for me. As a student, I've just kind of like been making my way, you know, through that. I would say I'm definitely better now, but like I was very entry level after the boot camp. The Spotify integration is very cool. Do we have from Gab Luca on Instagram, do you guys have an in-house dev or consultant? We do have an in-house dev. We have an in-house back-end dev. I'm like an external person, so I don't know every single person that's on the team. I come in when needed. But I know we have Davide, who is the in-house back-end dev as of right now. Spending $360 to get 30 is kind of much. You know what? I really enjoy it. I'm fighting Pantic on Instagram. I feel where you're coming from. However, I am fighting, like, even though I have this, even though I've only had it since November, it hasn't even been a full calendar year, The freaking NE2, ooh, I'm fighting demons. I'm fighting, I'm finding impulse spending demons, for sure. Because I'm trying to fight the overconsumption demons, you know? And, like, multiple keyboards that are very similar is, like, wasteful, I guess. But I don't think it is, because it's like, I feel like I would still use her. I don't know how I would make it work. But, like, she's so gorgeous. She's so good. I love you, girl. Don't worry, you're not getting replaced. But, like, that's just... Oh, the clear dial tips on the edge? Eating. They're eating. I love instead of... So, right now, the version 1 has these, like... I don't know if you can see. I'll try to, like, shine light on it now. They have these, like... There you go. These, like, circular divots in them. So that you can... Like, so it fits your finger nicely, but, the new ones are just, like, a full curved setting. Like, the keys look, I don't know how to say it properly. Like, I'm not good at articulating myself live. I have to marinate. But, like, I don't know what it is, but the design language, the way that they design, Mattia, you really outdo yourself, Mike, you really outdo yourself, because it looks delicious? I don't know if that's a weird thing to say. It looks delightful. I don't know what it is. That might have been unhinged. I might be a little too comfortable. I might be a little too comfortable. I need to tone it down. But there's something about it. It looks scrumdiddlyumptious. Yes. Just yes. Also, the atomic orange eats. I wonder... I think the shell and everything is, like, compatible with the version 1. Let me see. Top shell. I gotta see it. Atomic purple graphite chalk. Okay. Atomic purple is kind of fire. So I have atomic, which is the clear. Atomic purple. The new version has atomic orange. There's graphite and there's chalk. Graphite and chalk are fire. The new version has has new colorways. So you have atomic, love. You have atomic orange. I feel like that would simply eat for my desk. There's no other. Atomic purple is such a cute color. Gab, I swear, it's such a cute color. But given that I have, like, lots of primaries on my desk, I feel like, I don't know what it is. Like, take a look. Like, this is one of my, like, this is my little, like, that's something I have on my desk. This is something I have on my desk. I feel like with the color scheme, I have, like, little orange jars. I feel like the atomic orange would eat so hard on my desk. Mike, I wonder. This is a question for Mike. We need to summon Mike, guys. We need to summon him with our presence. With our presence of mind. We need to, like... Mike. Is the... We need these sold separately because I need to cop heavy. Don't get me started on business people trying to sell you what they want. Girl, I get you. When people in business are trying to sell you on their vision, I have this... Here's a hack. Well, not really a hack. Probably lots of people do it. But I find that, like, I work a lot with, like, little startups. Because they're the ones willing to gamble on students. Do you know what I mean? I work with little startups. I work with things like... My university has this thing called the Startup Garage. Where they take local startups. They like, inject some funding into them. And they say, go forth. But you gotta try and hire some students. And they cannot fathom what it is they need. Excuse me. They don't know what they need. They just know how they want it to feel, and they know they want to convey their message to people. And so I sit them down like we're in the first grade, and we're making collages. And I literally I walk them through making a Pinterest board, basically. Except we do it in Notion, and I walk them through my thought process of, like, if I want to do something, this is what I do. So I want you to do it with me. I want you to explain to me at first the adjectives, like, what do you want it to look like? What do you want it to feel like? I want you to focus on the feeling that you want other people to get. Do you want them to feel like, let's say this is investing. Do you want them to feel safe here? Do you want them to feel seen? Do you want them to feel like they can trust you? Do you want to be trustworthy? And I make them make a list of things, and I'm like, cool. Now you've been telling me you've been sending me all these things that you like, but you haven't been explaining why you like them. And so what I do is I go down the list and I'm like, find the things that you like. Go on Dribble, go on Medium, go on, just scour the internet. And I want you to give me a concrete reason. It could be a feeling, a word. It could be the typography, the colors, anything. But I need you to write why it's a good example for what we need to build. And they think it's dumb every time I've done this. And by the end of it, they're like, oh my God, I really feel like you know where we're going. I'm like, yeah. Because this is how we need to be on the... It's an exercise that really helps us build the same language. And I really love those exercises because at the beginning, we're all kind of at each other's throats and we're not speaking the same language and we're a little bit frustrated with one another. And by the end of it, we're dapping each other up. We're making coffee dates. We're having fun. And so I really love doing that with people. Because it just kind of puts us all in the same... They kind of know what I'm going through now. And I know what they want. And that's how you make a UX designer happy. You know? I don't want to guess. Game for Life 36 on TikTok. A cool keyboard, but 360 is is way too much for a keyboard. I have good news for you, brother. I have good news for you. Let's say you don't want to do the NE2. If that's not in your price range, that's totally fine. You know, half the time it's not in mine because I'm a student. And I'm glad that I have mine now. I very much, like, if it's something you want to save for and buy, cool. If it's not something you can afford right now, and you just want a work louder product, you want to try out the kind of things that we offer, we have the workboard, the XYZ workboard, which we actually are making some right now. Question from, actually, let me finish this one. To answer your question, so if you want it pre-built, it's $98. If you want Lego style and to build it yourself, it's $89. So sub $100 for a high quality, like, you're not skimping on quality, but the frame is 3D printed, like this white section is 3D printed. And that lets us put everything together, like your whole order, like here in Canada, it's a lot more cost effective for us, which means we don't have to put the cost back on you guys. So if you guys want to try this, it's an ortholinear, like really accessible board. You can program it using VIA. We don't use input for this one because it was very much like, how do we make it price accessible? But if $89 is your zhuzh, check it out. Salima on YouTube. Are they going to make... I'm seeing your question. Sorry, I was going back and forth. I'm really all over the place. But I did get your order numbers down. Got them here. So guys, if you want to order anything, like let's say I'm showing you something and it catches your eye, drop your number in the chat, like your order number in the chat. If you get it while you're on stream, that's amazing. We'll add in, actually, if you've gotten it already, let me start off from the beginning, sorry. If you got it already and it hasn't shipped yet and it wasn't on stream, that's okay. Put your order number in the chat and I will get you, like for Miss Salima here, I got her order numbers down. They're pre-orders. They haven't shipped yet and we're including little gifts. And if you buy something during the stream, we will add in an extra gift on top of that. Just for you guys. Like Julie JR17 on Instagram says, just do it. You know? Do it the Nike way. Just do it. And for your earlier question, Salima, are they going to make a carrying case for the XYZ, for the 40 size XYZ board? I don't know if right now that's on the docket for making a carrying case specific, but you can always use the Nomad. It is a little bit smaller than the Nomad, so it would fit. You can always use the Nomad carrying case, which, speaking of, that's another thing that has me fighting demons. It's very cute. I feel like the color is a little bit, like, I don't know if it goes with my outfits, but if I'm not a fashion girl, what am I? If I can't make lime green work, what am I? What kind of fashion girl is that? You know? I love it, though. I love that they also have a tendency as a small company to work with other small creators, small companies. So this was a collaboration as well. I'm forgetting off the top of my head who it was collaboration with, but they were really lovely. It's on the Instagram, you can check. But it fits your Nomad. You can sling it over your shoulder, take it with you on the go. I do bring my Nomad with me. It does have enough battery life to last. It does have enough battery life to get you through, you know, for a little while. I also bring this with me just in case she dies. If you get the NE2, like the version 2, there's like, I think, double the battery life on it. So you don't have to worry about that. Which is... I have no words. I have no words! I love it. I completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, the carrying case, I might get it. I have I don't carry much with me right now, so I just put it in my backpack, and I don't really worry about it. It's pretty sturdy. She's pretty sturdy. But I do think, sometimes I don't need my whole bag, you know? I don't need my whole bag or my whole purse. Sometimes I just need my laptop and my Nomad. And I keep my laptop in a sleeve, so it's like, I could just hold my laptop and wear my little satchel and be ready to go. Thanks for the stream. You're heading out. It's nice talking to you. I really appreciate how much you've been like interacting, how many things you've been like questions you've been asking. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate when you guys ask questions. I love interacting with you guys. And here I was worried that we weren't gonna get any questions. I'm like I might just have to open up my Figma and start designing because I'm working on a project right now. Like, I might just have to get some design reps in. But you guys have made it really fun. I got more questions this time than I did last time. If there's anyone new here who didn't get my spiel, I'm Reema. I am a UX designer based out of Canada. I have been the like UX consultant of sorts on and off for Work Louder, and when the opportunity came by to do these show and tell streams, I jumped at it because it was fire. Honestly, I like chatting with people. I'm a Yapatron 3000. You can see that in my Instagram bio. It's also what I call myself. And I really do love these, like my Nomad. I really do love her. She's gorge. Is my Bluetooth on? Oh, connected. I really do love her. She's gorge. She really makes my life easy. Marquitos. My budget's pretty tight, which is why I was asking for the Nomad 2. I'd be using it for university, mainly coding, and I just love the brand style. Honestly, the Nomad 2 is the most gorgeous keyboard I've seen in a long time. I know how you feel, bro. I do. I would say, yeah, save up for it, pull the trigger. Personally, I think it's been very helpful. I'm a designer, so I don't code as much. I do have a couple of like software eng classes, so I do unfortunately have to do that. I'm a vibe coder though, where it matters. So I would say if you're deliberating on keyboards, especially when like mechanical keyboards are involved, they get up in price. If it's something you're willing to save for and like invest in and you're gonna have for a long time, which trust me, I'm keeping this until the wheels fall off. Until Nomi breathes her last breath, God forbid. Until I breathe my last breath. Inshallah, that's not for a long time. You know, but I'm keeping this until the wheels fall off, for sure. And I would say, it looks almost identical to the day I bought it. There's no yellowing. I've had this since November, and I use it all the time. There's no yellowing in the plastic. It doesn't feel flimsy. It doesn't feel cheap. There's a metal body. It's just good quality. Like, that's all I can say. Like, it speaks for itself. It's simply good quality. So if you want to get the NE2, it has a better battery life. I genuinely think, the Bluetooth is even faster on that one. Like, the connectivity is even faster on that one. It's just better. They really just iterated on everything and made it better. Not to say that the version 1's bad. The version 1's iconic. But I can't even fathom what my life would be like if I had the version 2. Do you know what I mean? So I'd say save up and cop. Will the Nomad ever go down in price? I'd say given the amount of, a lot of pieces are custom ordered to fit the Nomad. So I would say it's probably pretty fixed in price. But if you want a cheaper version, there's always the $89 starting work board. So you can always cop that. if it's more in your price range, if it's something you just want to try out, because I find that most people that start off with like one thing from Work Ladder, they end up with 2, 3, 4, 5, that kind of thing. And I'm one of them. I started off with one, and I was like, I don't know if I need a ton of accessories. I'm a bit of a minimalist when it comes to tech. And here I am already buying I already bought my Framer Micro with my own coin. So you don't have to worry about faulty reviews here. I will be doing it when it comes in the mail. Oh, I'm so gassed. I'm going to be doing an unboxing. I really will be. Yeah. Anyway. Oh! Aris LDX. You put your order number. Oh my god, and you got it during stream. Love. Thank you. What did you get, if you don't mind my asking? I'm really excited to hear. You just bought it. Amazing. We can tell by the number, like what number you got, if it was during the stream. And I'm so excited to see more of you guys get it. If you guys, and I'll put a little asterisk next to it. I put a star next to all the ones that happened during stream. If you guys ordered something in the past, maybe off stream, that kind of thing, and you are like, what's the word I'm looking for? If you ordered something in the past and it has not shipped yet, then put your order number in the chat and we will get you a gift. And if you, like, in your order, like, maybe it'll be keycaps, maybe it'll be something else, that kind of thing. It really depends. I don't know. It's a surprise for every time. And then if you get something during the actual stream, like Aris here, Aris LDX on Instagram, we'll get an extra little something on top of it. So you'll get 2 gifts. So feel free to cop, just like they did. You know, give the XYZ workboard a try. We're actually 3D printing some of them right now. So let me like, here are some pieces that we're 3D printing of the frame right now for you guys. So you got the XYZ workboard just to give it a try. Lovely! I'm so glad to hear. I hope you enjoy it. We really appreciate you purchasing. I think you will enjoy it. Who knows? Maybe this is your exact batch, you know? Lucky you? No, lucky us. We really appreciate you guys, honestly. We're very lucky to have such a wonderful, like, base of people that are so involved. When can we see a video from Golfy on TikTok? When can we see a video of the keyboard being reviewed for us? I hear so many bad things. Oh no! Why would you hear bad things? We're great here. I mean, I have first-hand experience of, like, being just kind of a fan and then starting to work with the guys and, like, here at Work Ladder, and it's only been great, you know? I personally think that, especially with such, like, a design-forward messaging, like, such strong design language, like a by creatives for creatives kind of focus, it's great. And it looks good. It's not an eyesore. Like, for my brief tenure using my, like, Logitech mechanical keyboard after, like, my Magic keyboard, my Apple Magic keyboard cracked out, both of those were eyesores. Like, I had a cute desk, and I had, like, these cute little cat figurines, and I had my things going, and my, like, colorful accessories, and this ugly-ass eyesore in the middle, like, it was not giving. You're telling me, please hold, you're telling me that, where is she? Huh. So this is my desk. You can only see a portion of it, but I have, like, a nice, clean, all white out microphone. I never have anything on my desk because I like it clean. Of, like, this cute little calendar. I have the Thursday marked off. It's not accurate because on Thursday, the media player, the Spotify media player comes out, and I'm gagged. I'm so excited for it. I'm gassed. Anyway, these beautiful bright colors. I take care to curate what goes in my space. I even keep a random hair mask, this Amika hair mask, on my desk because, like, and I do the hassle of having to take it to the bathroom every Sunday when I do my hair because specifically it looks nice on my desk. Like, I take very great pride in what the things around me look like, and having, like, an eyesore in the middle was killing me. So now that I have this cute, sleek, little blue dial tips, it goes with my like, dark colored desk, my dark laptop, but, like, kind of brings in the pops of color. This is where it's at. You want something beautiful and functional. I don't know why we have to choose, you know? And the second that they start making work louder mice, you better believe that this is on the chopping block. My MX Vertical is treating me well, but like not well enough, babe. You gotta get a facelift. Anyway, Reddit says that you guys says things of your products and that the XYZ board looks, but the XYZ board looks cool. It is pretty sick. I would say for $89 and a nice afternoon that you get out of that, like, I would say go for it. I would say try it out, see how you like it. Maybe you want to, like, graduate up from it. You know, like, maybe you start with the XYZ workboard, you know, try out an ortholinear board, you build it yourself, you have a good time, program it into VIA, because this one doesn't use input. Unfortunately, it uses VIA, but it's still pretty functional. Like the app, like our first micro, the Figma micro and the Creator micro uses VIA, and like it's not unusable. It's just not as sleek as input. So maybe you start here and then you jump up to, like, let's say a macro pad. Like maybe you get the Framer Creator micro. That one I have coming in the mail. I'm so excited. I check even though it's pre-order, even though I literally get Discord messages telling me when it's gonna come, even though I know these things, you better believe I still open up my email. I open up that little pinned message, and I like look it up. I see where my order is. I'm like, you're just a couple hours away from me, babe. Come on, when do you? Yeah, I'm very excited, you know. And let me show you what I'm looking at. I did pay for her with my own coin, so I'm very excited to cop. I'm very excited to program her, get a couple layers going. For Jade, Jade Who on Instagram, for what can you use the Creator Micro? What can you use for it? Well, I am going to be using it for a whole bunch of things. So it comes with layers for Framer already built in, with Framer shortcuts, and I have a Framer, like portfolio already, and it's like kind of a hindrance that I don't know the shortcuts. I have to do everything manually. It takes forever. So you better believe that my time will be cut in half, and I value that. I value my time. That's time I could be spending doing schoolwork, sleeping, hanging out with my friends. But the base price is $149. Even though it hasn't come yet, I already know, based on the fact that, like, I have currently on my Nomad 4 buttons and 3 dials. Not many options for add-ons, right? You would think. Just those 7 extra little things and a screen have completely changed my workflow. Genuinely, honestly. I really enjoy using my Nomad. I really love it. It's streamlined my workflow. No more throwing gang signs on my keyboard, thank God. There's a couple of things, like there's a couple of things that I still do manually, but like rarely. And when this is in my arsenal, when she is on my desk, I got the Pro version, the wireless Pro, with clicky switches. When she's on my desk, oh, you know that Nicki Minaj meme where she's like walking and she flips her hair and she goes, "You bitches can't even spell prog"? That's gonna be me. Oh, you can't. Oh, that's gonna be me. Anyway, moving on. So you can use it, basically, you can program a bunch of different layers into it. So what my plan is to do is to keep the original Framer layer, but also to add in a whole nother layer for Figma, so that I can get the most out of it. So what I'm basically going to do is, like, the Figma Creator Micro, which is sold out now, even though I miss her. I'm going to basically take everything because we know what came with it, you know? Like, I know what it did. And I also know what I use in Figma. I'm basically going to put a layer on top of it for all of my Figma shortcuts, all of my Framer shortcuts in another layer, and then my third layer, which I'm experimenting with, is all of my Final Cut Pro shortcuts, which is actually going to change my life, because video editing no longer needs to take like 5 hours for a 2-minute video, given that I'm a novice. And I love editing, and it takes me forever. It takes me so long. Someone else also asked, what can you use your Creator Micro for? We kind of did the rundown, but yeah. Why is it so expensive? CEO of Chills on TikTok. It's honestly, I think, worth the value. For the amount that you use it, it's like an everyday thing that's going to be on my desk being used actively every day, and it will simply make my life easier. Say goodbye to carpal tunnel from having to throw gang signs on my keyboard. I really do think it'll be worth it, because the way that I can streamline my workflow No more wasting time doing tiny little baby, like taking forever to just like, oh, I did this, wrong thing, undo. Oh, here's another key combo. I also don't have to remember these things anymore. Thank God. I can free up that space in my brain for something better. So I think it's a fair price, given that all the pieces and parts are custom made, like injection molded, custom made, high quality parts, ethically sourced as well. Because, we don't play about that here. Everyone's paid a fair wage at every step that we can. Every step, everyone is paid a fair wage. All of the pieces and moving parts are very high quality. It's made abroad and then shipped again to you. So it adds up for sure, but it's worth it. Really, truly. I believe so. It's kind of Isaiah Romero on YouTube. It's kind of wishy-washy. Hindrance, manually, genuinely, honestly, gang signs. I feel like there is a lack of commas there. Or maybe I'm having a stroke. That could also be what's going on. I hope not. But it is, like, it does, yeah, honestly, like, having 3 fingers on one hand and then my index finger is crazy. There's not a single thing. And you're telling me I can program 3 to 4 keystrokes onto one button? Where has this been all my life? Do you know what I mean? Alexander from TikTok, who's a social creator / visual director. He or she is lit. Mattia is the visual design king in this realm. This man right here. I mean, they work together, obviously, but he is the design mind. All hail Mr. Mattia, Mr. Design millionaire, you know what I mean? I don't think he's actually a millionaire, but in terms of, like, richness of thought, this man is giving Jeff Bezos a run for that shit. You know what I mean? If you could count thoughts and design prowess as like currency, the billionaire class could not stand him. they would look poor by comparison, truly. Anyway, the team just makes such beautiful things, and that's, I think, what really gets me. Also, you can see which one's right for you, by the way. We'll compare. So, in terms of, like, things that you are forced to use every day, on your desk, sitting there, I don't understand why more people haven't gotten on this train. I'm glad that Work Louder is here to fill that gap, because you have no idea how many things that I've just been forced to use, like, tech-wise, that either suck, or they are ugly, or they are just, like, it's just a non-starter. Why am I paying money to have a shit time? Do you know what I mean? Like, why am I paying money to have a bad time when I could have something that's, frankly, gorgeous, streamlined, does everything I need it to do? I'm having a great time. Like, this is a good time. This is the definition of a good time. And, hi, Victor, from Instagram. I'm glad you've joined. For anyone who doesn't know, let me show you my face once more. Sorry, I'm slow with OBS. Front camera. Hi, I'm Reema. I'm a UX designer by trade. This is kind of a... Whoa! I'm clumsy. That's another thing. I'm a UX designer by trade. I am 23 years old, and I'm having a blast yapping my head off. I'll be here for a while, you know? Ask me any questions you'd like about UX design, about how I got here. I'm kind of a product designer, like, generalist, but I like to focus and hone in on UX design. It's what I enjoy. It's what I'm good at. It's what I prefer to do. But I guess I'm technically a product designer as well. Because I can do it, like, from start to finish. I've done that a lot. Yeah. Salima, hello again from YouTube. Would the Nomad case fit the XYZ? No, it wouldn't. Because here's the thing. Sorry if I also, like, stomp or something and I, like, knock over this. I won't knock it over fully. I would never do that to you guys. But if this is the Nomad, I'd say the XYZ board is about that big, so it won't fit because there's no add-ons, unfortunately. AATG from Instagram. Can you send this, like, ship to Iran? Yes, we ship worldwide. Hello, thank you for joining us. So as long as you can get mail, we can send you a keyboard, babe. Trust. And if you buy anything on stream, or if you've already bought something, follow in the footsteps of Salima. She put her order numbers down. I've recorded the order numbers that I've got. And anyone on this list, they will get a gift. Anyone who puts their order number that has not shipped yet, that's a big one. If it hasn't shipped yet, we'll add in an extra gift. And if you buy it while we're on stream here, I mean, I'm leaving in a little bit. We still got a good couple of minutes, but I'm leaving in a little bit, guys. So if you buy it while I'm here with you, we'll add in a second gift on top of it. And who doesn't like gifts? It could be a key set. It could be, and I can't guarantee because I'm not the one packing them because they're in another city and I'm here and they're 2 hours away. But if, ow, I pinched myself. Anyway, if you want, I can't guarantee it, but let's say you buy something, you put it in the chat, the order number, tell me what you want. Maybe specify, I'd love this key set. Tell me what you bought, first of all, because I'd love to hear it. And then tell me what you want as a gift. Maybe we'll make it happen. Who knows? I'll run it up the flagpole. Amance Ardana. Sorry. You put an order number in. What'd you get? Girl, tell me. This is sick. Thank you for ordering. And what would you like? Would you like a key set or this or that? I can't guarantee it, but I can run up the flagpole. I can ask the man. We can all ask our design overlords, Mike and Mattia. You love... Thank you, Salima. I appreciate it. I make jokes with people. Sometimes I have to tone it down when I'm in the workplace. And I have to think about it. Technically, this is my workplace. But honestly, I really only have an on button. I'm myself all the time. I'm violently positive, and I'm violently me. Although, I'm not a violent person. Let's not get that twisted. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I couldn't hurt a gnat. 217110. You got it on stream, girl. 2170. Aman Sardana. I think it's probably Aman Sardana. What did you get? What did you buy? Let me know. I'm excited. Did you get an XYZ board? Did I miss any questions from anybody? Let me go back. Is there water in my water bottle? Win! I love it when I love myself. There's not much left, but something is better than nothing. I love it when I love myself. Anyway, getting back to it. To anyone who's recently joined, hello, welcome. We love you here. My name's Reema. I'm not going to do the whole spiel because I just did it. But my name's Reema, and welcome to channel Work Louder, where we work and we're loud. And we also talk about our gorgeous peripherals. Anyway, do we ship to Germany? From Jank XRT on Instagram. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your names, guys. We do ship to Germany. We ship worldwide. So if you can get mail, we can deliver it to you. Trust. Excuse me. Hello from Chile, from Tam on Instagram. Hi. I love that so many people from all around the world are tuning in, because I feel like I'm so in my own bubble sometimes that I don't. I know other, obviously I can fathom it, but, I don't always fathom that, there's so many other people in the world that are so similar to me, And so it's so lovely to see you guys tuning in from Germany, Chile, all over the world. It's kind of fire. Jorge from Instagram. When will you guys start shipping the XYZ boards? So if you go on the listing for each item, I shouldn't have scratched my eye. That like hurt. I'm also wearing mascara. It's actually very soon. So it ships in August 2025. So it's pre-order right now. Guys, get it while it lasts. My mic's over there. Get it while it lasts. Because it won't last forever, I promise you. Things tend to sell out in this neck of the woods. So cop something while we still have the materials to make something. And while they're on sale. Because they're on sale right now. $89 is the reduced price. It's not always going to be $89. But it'll ship in August 2025. So you'll probably get it within, like, let's say, I can't guarantee depending on where you live. But, like, I got my Nomad when I placed the order. I got it maybe, like, I think 2 weeks later. But I live very close to them. So I'd say, like, a few weeks to, a month-ish or so, you know. You'll probably get an estimate when you order. I don't know why I'm, like, trying to guess how the mail system is going to, like, do its thing. When you order it, it'll tell you. Anyway, guys, please, let me know what your order numbers are. Order as we're launching. I mean, think about it. You want to get into things. You want to try out a new thing. I know that sometimes not everyone wants to shell out, like, on a whim for, even though she's such a beautiful keyboard, even though she's a gorgeous girl. Maybe you don't always want to shell out on in the moment for this. You want to do your research. You want to try it out. And I get that. So maybe you want to try out the XYZ board instead. And you know what? For pre-built 98 or Lego style, a nice afternoon where you end up with a keyboard being $89. I've paid for dinner that to cost more than that. Do you know what I mean? Like, dinner cost. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Anyway. It's, you can have a nice afternoon, set aside some time, build yourself a keyboard, and then every time you look at that keyboard, won't you feel satisfied? So, get yourself one, and drop your order number in the chat, and if you get something, you get a gift. If it's already been ordered, like before stream, still tell me, I don't get you a gift, it hasn't shipped. And if you buy it on stream, you get 2 gifts. And let me know, by the way, of like what kinds of things would you like? What kinds of what kinds of gifts would you like? You know? What's the size of the Nomad? I'd say like it's a little bit bigger than I have a MacBook Pro 14-inch. It's a little bit like if my MacBook Pro 14-inch is probably like that big. So it's a little bit bigger than my 14-inch Mac. It's a bit more on the low profile side, which is really lovely. Sorry, I just heard the most menacing sound in the world come from outside my door. Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna ignore that. I have no survival instincts. Anyway. What was I saying? What's the size of it? Yeah. It's a bit more compact. They take Nomad to heart. In the sense that it's like, you can take it with you. It can travel the world with you. Which I absolutely love that. Because I do take her with me. There's a carrying case you can buy, but I just slip her into my backpack. I have a Fjallraven. I put my laptop in the laptop pouch. I put this one in front. I put my lunchbox in front. And then I keep it pushing. And that, plus this cord, take up no space in my bag. It's so slim, low profile. Like, you know those obnoxiously small cafe tables? I go and I sit at a cafe often during the school year because I can't stand being on campus all the time. I need variety to my life. I love my like going to school and being in class, but like sitting on campus for 7 straight hours. Oh my god, excuse me. I just can't do it. And sometimes I have long gaps. So I go to nearby cafes and I do take her with me if I'm out all day. And I bring my laptop stand and I pop up and she fits on like obnoxiously small tables. How much does that beautiful keyboard cost from Tam on Instagram? So this one's the Nomad E version 1. That one is sold out. But the version 2 just came out. It's better. It has a better battery life. It is just as beautiful. If not, honestly, she's giving her a run for her money on which sister is prettiest. But the Nomad version 2 is $359. If $359 is not in your budget, I'd recommend the XYZ workboard, because you can like buy key sets, customize it, get your own custom knob, and it's so pretty when you put it all together. But the NE2 is $359. Little Shadow from Instagram. Quick question, Reema, where are you from? Ethnically, well, I'm born and raised in Canada, but ethnically, I am Somali. So, any other East African gyals in the chat? That was cringe. Strike that from the City Hall record, please. That was cringe. Anyway, maybe next time I'll have my henna done. It's really faded. I used to have a night. I got mine done, which is why my fingernails are orange, but it's faded so quickly. Next time I will be decked out just for you guys. You know, why not? Or maybe not next time, because I'm streaming pretty soon after this. Dim from TikTok. What's your work experience? As a UX designer, I've worked at many places. Usually, because I'm a student, it's all been internships and term work. And how did you get into this career? Let me get into it. So I got into this a few years ago. Funnily enough, I used to be in pre-med, and I was there for, frankly, a long time. Like a little too, I don't love saying too long, because I did need that time to, like, I'm a big believer in, like, it'll happen when it happens for you, you know? And that was just something I needed to go through, you know? Also, I just needed to learn how to think a little bit. And being in a heavy, like, STEM stream was good for me to learn how to, like, use my noggin. And then I switched after I started university in the pandemic. It was a terrible experience. I took a gap year. I went back to school after taking a dribble boot camp. And it was really, I loved it. I really enjoyed the structure of it. I had my own mentor. Her name was Natalia. We still chat occasionally. And I really enjoyed it. And then after that, I didn't feel necessarily super prepared after that, like, 4-month boot camp or 5-month boot camp to get a job, because I was still so new. I'd never even heard of the job before I took the boot camp. That I went back to school at my university because they were launching a new engineering program for user experience design, STEM education, that kind of thing. And here I am 3 years later, and I have a lot more work experience. Through the program, I've gotten internships. One of them was like a little micro internship at Work Louder, where I did some UX research for the guys over here, and I loved it. Little Shadow. I'm not trying to be rude, but I thought you were so beautiful, mashallah. Oh my god, thank you. Mashallah. Oh my god, thank you so much. Girl, I bet you got a mug too. I bet you're gorgeous too. You're Somali as well? Is that what you mean? You are too? Okay. My sister. Love. I'm glad to see a Somali girl in the chat. Everyone, why don't everyone put where you're from? Put where you're coming in from. Are you from North America? Are you the US, Canada, Somalia? Are you from Little Somalia in Minnesota? You know, that might be one. Are you from South America? Are you in Europe? Let me know. I'd love to hear. As for getting more into this career, it's kind of like just like bouncing around. It's been about like talking to my professors, seeing if they knew anyone who was hiring, and also shooting my shot a lot. You have to be really comfortable with shooting your shot and just being like very outward. Oh, you're from Kuwait. Oh, okay. Well, we still love. All love here. Anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? You have to be really okay with, especially starting a new career, kind of putting yourself out there. One of the ways I'm putting myself out there is this stream, you know? Just talking to new people, working on my speaking skills, you know? Having a good time. I feel like being able to articulate myself is something I need to work on. And you'll never, communication is not something you can ever skimp on. It's something that will always be a good investment. And that's why I kind of like this job. It's, something that I will enjoy doing. I love yapping with people. I love talking about things I prefer. Toronto via NYC via London via UK via Tanzania. Oh my god. That's a long one. Ding 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 ding. You know those like the like movies like in National Treasure when it's showing them everywhere they went in the world? That's you. That's you, girl, Salima. But you know what? You've made a long visit. Well, come here. We'll have fun. Join the team. Next time I'm in Toronto, I ought to hit you up. I ought to be like, hey. Anyway, what else was I saying? Was I saying anything else? I think I answered the question in general. Oh, you know what's a funny story? How I got involved here at Work Louder. I shot my shot heavy. One day, I'm working like a dead-end job, a really crappy internship. It's UX, yes, but the employer was skeevy. It was not a good job. And I no longer like associate with, like, if people ask me where I worked, I no longer even talk about it because you don't deserve for me to talk about you. And it was just like it was not a good vibe. But one of my things that they had me do was do trainings or watch seminars and take notes. Like, what could we use as a small company to like level up? And I milked the shit out of that. I was like, there's this thing, it's called config. You know, maybe it'll make us better designers and product managers, because I really wanted to go. And so I went online, because I obviously couldn't afford to go to California. And I saw Mike talk at config. And I really loved something that he said. And I can't remember exactly what it was. But his whole talk was like about just kind of diving in head first and like figuring out the rest. And hang on, let me open this up for you guys. Anyway, it was all about diving in head first. Yeah, Sophia. Yeah, that's literally how I heard about it. I didn't know what the company was. My brother had heard of them, but he didn't know their name, so I had inadvertently talked to him about them, but like I completely forgot. And I saw him talk at config, and the like way he spoke about just kind of throwing yourself in head first really resonated with me, because that's what I'm doing. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just kind of like throwing myself in head first. Like, I know I have the skills now, but then she wasn't confident about that. And what I did was I was like, what if I'm like up on LinkedIn? Like, what if I revamp my LinkedIn? And I added him on LinkedIn. And I did. And I was like, he's not gonna... You know who else I added on LinkedIn? The Prime Minister of Canada. I was like, these people are not gonna add me back. But I shot my shot regardless. So I shot my shot. He added me back like the same day. And I sent him a message. I was like, I loved your talk. It was so great. Can't wait to get some gear. Knowing full well that I would have to wait many calendar months to save up for any gear because I'm a broke college student. But I still said it because, like, I wanted one. It looked cool. The vibes were cool. He seemed like a cool guy. And my research was, like, very minimal at that point. Then I thought, I feel like startups need interns. I feel like that's the vibe we're getting. So he messaged me back pretty timely and was like, thanks so much for the kind words. I hope in the event you get something, like, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for, watching me speak. Appreciate you. And I was like, thanks, brother. A few months go by. I walk up to my mom and I'm like, well, should I just cold open him? And she's like, girl, shoot your shot. What's the worst that can happen? So I cold message him on LinkedIn, pitching myself heavy. And I'm like, guys, I swear I was shaking in my boots, but I was like, hey, do you need an intern? Because, like, I have a free summer open, Like, I have free time, girl. Let's do it. And it took a long time for us to, like, find a time that worked. Like, I think we were, like, on and off talking for maybe, like, the next 4 months. And then on a cold day in November, he was like, let's get into it. And that's how I started working. He was like, we have a project. I don't think it's a full semester, but, like, we'll see how long it runs. And I was like, I love that. And so he sent a keyboard my way, and he was like, you'll need one to know how to be able to, like, talk about it, obviously, if you're interviewing people. And that's where this came in, which is the UX, like, research project I did, where I was just talking to people like you guys who had nomads who had just come in the mail, and they had them for, like, a week to a month. and seeing what they liked, what they didn't like, and basically as some random kid that like cold opened him on LinkedIn telling this man how to run his company. Hilarious. Excuse me. But that was just how it was. And I had a really fun time doing this project. I did a lot of work. It was 22 hours of phone calls within a week, mind you, within 5 days. It was many hours of sorting through research, reading through research. All of these tabs, like, this is not two images of the same thing. These are two separate images zoomed out to like 500%. Zoomed out to like, whatever the opposite of that is. It's crazy. It was a lot of work, but I found it really rewarding, and the team here is so nice. I did some mock-ups for the guys. I didn't have much time for the mock-ups, so they're kind of mid. Not my best work, but that's just how I started. Anyway. But if I was back then, like, let's say this is an alternate universe where I just wanted to cop something myself. Like, if the work board existed at the time when I cold opened him and was like, damn, it's going to take me many moons to afford that Nomad, I would have copped the work board in a minute because I wanted to try out, like, new stuff. It would have looked nicer on my desk than my shitty secondhand, like, Logitech one or my, well, it wasn't shitty. It was a nice thing for my brother. But I didn't like the way it looked. Or my thin, terrible looking Magic Keyboard. Me and the Magic Keyboard have beef. If it's not on my laptop, me and them have beef, truly. And the beef is that it's too thin. Real women have curves. Like the hit America Ferrera movie, real women have curves. But still low profile. I like the fact that not the women part. I should stop talking. The keyboard part. I like that it's like there's some body to it. There's an optional lift. But there's like a little bit, there's like enough there that my wrist, I don't have to like point my hands down at my desk trying to like give myself carpal tunnel. Exactly. Carpal tunnel on that flat Magic Keyboard. It's crazy. Crazy, bro. But yeah. Oh, another order number from Zach Wolf on Instagram. I'm excited to get you your gift, sir. You get the good pen. I haven't used this pen in like 2 years because I'm like, there's nothing good enough for it except for you guys. It's my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen. So I'm bringing out the good shit for you guys. What did you get, by the way? Let me know, Zach. Expect a little gift in yours. For sure. Anywho's it's. What was I saying? Yeah, it's kind of a crazy way to kind of shoot your shot with people, but that's just what I do now. Like, if there's that experience being that nerve-wracked, just shooting my shot on LinkedIn to some dude, taught me anything, it was that, like, these are just people, you know, what's the worst they can do? Ignore you? I get ignored a lot. I shoot my shot a lot. I get ignored a lot. And that just, I'm kind of like, you know, Chicken Shop Date, she was talking to Andrew Garfield, and she said, like, I just get rejected a lot, more than the average person. That's me. You just have, like, you can't hurt my feelings. I'm used to it, you know? Zach, you got the XYZ, but you have the Figma Micro. Oh, how I envy you. By the time I wanted to get the Figma Micro, it was sold out. It was sold out. But I'm glad you got the XYZ. I hope you enjoy it. I feel like people will. Like, we're printing some right now. I have the print cam going. Let me show you. So we're printing some pieces. At the beginning, there was like one layer on the board, and now we're making real progress, guys. Game for Life 36 on TikTok. Are the keyb switches HS? HS? What do you mean by HS? It's like 9 p.m. I'm like kind of flagging, so if I don't know something, my apologies. Please give me all the details in crayon eater terms. Because I do be needing it. Dim asks, what's your favorite food on TikTok? My favorite food is anything homemade by my mommy. I love my mother. And anything she's made for me, I will eat with joy. Zach Wolf on Instagram. Did you always love keyboards? I love beautiful things. I don't think I considered keyboards, to be honest, until I started working with Work Louder. Because I was like, what's the point? And then I realized that, like, it's like when you're in a bad relationship and you're like, what's the point? Like, no, like, you don't know what it's like to be loved in a bad, and then you get out and you get into a loving relationship and you're like, oh my god, this is liberating. Like, I feel like that's what happened when I stopped using my Magic Keyboard and I started using my Nomad. I was like, oh my god, this is what it's like to be loved proper? You're telling me that, like, it doesn't have to be this way? Like, that's kind of where I'm at. But I've always loved beautifully designed things and, like, well-designed things. Those two are not always mutually, like, they're not always the same. Sometimes things can be beautiful but unusable. But this is, like, my first real, like, my own, not secondhand, mechanical keyboard. And I don't regret it. I use it every single day. If I can, I will avoid using my laptop, like, keyboard. Same, what's the point? My first reaction before I got the mechanical keyboard. Literally, it's this thing where you're like, you don't know how good it is until you get it. And it's so fire. I can't wait for I bought my own Framer Micro. It's coming in the mail. And I'm very excited by it. I really am. I'm really so excited. I can't wait. I'm, like, dreaming it's like that TikTok audio. It's like, Genie, I dream of her. Like, I really do. Anyway. The Figma Micro. So I have let's talk about the Framer Micro. Actually, anyone who is new here, I don't know what the numbers are looking like exactly, because I can't really see you, because I'm on my laptop. But, $89 is kind of a steal, guys. And it's not gonna last. Like, we won't have enough material to print forever. Trust. And things, they do be going fast here in this neck of the woods. Things do sell out in this area of town. So cop yourself one. I mean, $89. That's pretty affordable. It's pretty accessible in terms of price for a good quality keyboard. You're not, even though it's, like, more, like, accessible in terms of price, even though things are 3D printed, like the frame is 3D printed, what I love about this is that it's conscious so that you don't lose out on quality. I feel like so often when companies try to do, like, price accessible, they just give you a crap version. And they're not doing that here. Here, they're like, how can I take the same amount of quality and how can I make it more accessible? What steps can I cut out so that more people can get what they want, what they deserve, which is tools that work for them. And that's the vibe. That's what the Nomad, that's what the XYZ workboard is for. It's accessible, but it's not crap. It's good quality, babe. So get yourself a nice afternoon. Get yourself a nice tea, some lunch, you know, a couple of napkins. It'll come with an Allen key so you can assemble it real easy. It won't even take that long. This is a simple build, babe. You can get it Lego style, or you can pay a couple extra bucks and get it pre-built. I'm a pre-built girly. I do not build things with my own two hands. I'm a feminist, but if I can get my brothers to do it for me, I will tell them to build things. Because I'll tell you what I'm deficient in. Iron and muscle, like, mass. There's like enough muscle to hold up my skeleton, that's about it. Sorry. But yeah, I feel like for this price though, I would build it myself. Like, I might have to cop, and I might build it myself because I just want to try it out. And you can also get a bunch of dials. Like, the yellow is cute as hell and it matches the little bumpers, but you can get it in pink. I saw the pink one on Christine's live the other day, and why did it eat so hard? Why did it eat so hard? It also comes in black, white, purple, blue, yellow, which we saw, and pure, which is this, like, semi-opaque, kind of like this right here. But it's like the semi-opaque white. So it's like kind of translucent, kind of not. It's very fire. All of it's very fire. And what I love about these kinds of things, anytime they sell you something that's white or clear or semi-opaque, like I've had this keyboard, the Nomad. So I've had the Nomad since November. And I'll tell you what. Oh, look at that. Not yellow at all. Still as cute as the day I got her in the mail. I will say the mailman tried to kill her in the box. The mailman tried to get her ass, but I digress. Yeah. If there are any... Does anyone have any other questions? I think I'm going to wrap it up soon. I've enjoyed chatting with you guys. If there are any last minute order numbers, please put them in the chat. I'll wait a couple minutes. But the time for gifts is running out. It's running out. So let a girl know if you want to cop something, the XYZ board. Maybe if you want... like, I know something that I'm really looking forward to. The Framer Creator Micro. If you want all the functionality in a tiny little, you know, package, this is where she's at. Truly. You get all the Framer shortcuts just kind of built in. But yeah. I think I'm going to head out. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Goodbye. I hope you have a lovely evening. Thank you for spending time with me. Tempted to pre-order. Zach, you have to. You have to. I remember the first day it came out, I ordered it immediately. Wait, is it shipping? It's not shipping yet. It's pre-order, but I mean, it's already the end of July, and it's shipping in like end of Q3, which a little birdie has told me that is September. That's not long. The seasons will just be turning. It'll be the best temperature all year, and you'll have a nice little package at your door. I recommend getting it. And you know what I forgot to mention about this that I really enjoy is that it auto detects what application you're in, and it will auto switch. You'll never have to switch it in input. Like, if I'm going back and forth between, let's say, my typing layer is specific for whatever. But if I'm doing Figma and Framer, or Framer and I'm making a layer for Final Cut Pro, I won't even have to do anything. I just have to remember what buttons is what. And that's the simple part. I just keep working. If I'm working on like a multidiscipline project, I just keep pushing. Yeah, that's how I felt. Take my money. I threw money at it the second I got it. I swear. It is. Yeah, it can be a little work to like switch layers yourself. Sometimes I forget, and then my layers don't really match, and I have to do it on my Nomad. But it auto switches layers. Actually, let's go through the little list of seeing what you're getting. So first, I love the little like joystick, so you can just like see really quickly different settings. You can add videos, add images really quickly. I love ease. It's shipping in September, so it's not that bad. You get an entire key set, by the way, with it. So you're not like pigeonholed. You get an extra 45 keys with what's included on the key set. So we're cooking with gas on that one. You also get some plain keys. You get a pure key. Like it really is the world is your oyster. Like I said, there's contextual presets. So you have Final Cut Pro open, it knows. You have Figma open, it knows. You have Premiere Pro open, it got you. The color cues are eating. It's wireless, so no more need for that. And it's just absolutely, I love it. And also the you know how there's on the Figma micro, there's like the dial is on the opposite side. So now they moved to the opposite side, so you can really easy just like, if your hand is next to it, like let me show you on my, where is my screen share? Okay. So take this for example. On the, like it's kind of like this, like it'll be on this side, the turning dial. So you can very easily switch back and forth, and then you can move for the joystick on the other side. But you can just really easily like rest your hand, press with your thumb. It's much more ergonomic. Carpal tunnel who? Not her. And I love the amount of thought that goes into it. Love it. Yeah. And eventually, here's another thing. You'll be able to get the presets made by other creators, which is, I'm so ready. You're sold. If you're sold, then you know what you gotta do. Put your order number in the chat, and you get 2 gifts. 2. I'm just saying. And you know what? Why don't you mention, like, I know some people haven't done it yet. Like, they've put their order number in the chat, but I really encourage you guys, you never know. Tell me what key sets you might like or what accessories you might like as a little second gift. Depending on what you buy, like, it'll be proportionate to how much you buy, obviously. But depending on how much you buy, we will give you a bigger gift or more things, you know? So you get one for putting your order number in the chat and a secondary one for being, you know, buying it on stream. So cop, you know? And I will write it down. We'll run it up the flagpole. Tell me what you like. Because no one wants to get an extra thing that they don't like. People want to get things they do like. My lips are dry. I don't know where my lipstick went. Or my lip gloss. You'd like a custom publish button. I don't know if we do custom publish buttons. I don't know. But maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll print one out for you. Who knows? I can't promise nothing. But, maybe, who knows? Maybe in the future we'll do different colorways. I'll write custom colorways maybe in the future. I also can't, like, deliver on these things. I'm not Mike. I don't own the company. But, I mean, there's no harm in asking. But you gotta, in order for me to do that, you gotta put your number in the chat. So I'll stay on for a couple more minutes if you'd like. If you want to, like, wait on it and, like, add it to the next stream, like, I'm gonna be back on in a couple days, I don't know. But you can always, like, order during the next stream. Or you can order now. I mean, I don't want to make you scramble, but I feel like our night is coming to an end. So, feel free, let me know. Because I can make that note for you, but I need to have an order number to tie it to. Okay. Next stream. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys around. Thank you for being so active in the chat. I got so many questions I was, like, struggling at times to keep up, which I absolutely love. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. I've had so many nice people chatting with me. Salima, Zach, Sophia, Mike, you know. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.